Welcome back, everybody, to the Brologue, a special episode of the Brologue. We're here in Scuppernong Books in Greensboro doing a live recording. We're sitting at the table. We've got a couple extra mics in case anybody decides to pop in and give their thoughts on Frankenstein or just how much they hate generic white podcasters and random conversations that they like to have.
Yeah.
And we're covering...
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, very much a possibility. And we're going to be finishing our coverage of Frankenstein, starting from the 13th chapter all the way to the...
10th chapter.
Or 10th chapter. Oh, that's right, yeah, because
We
I'm
went through
thinking
10,
chapter
starting
2
on
of
the
volume
11th
2.
chapter.
Yeah, starting from the 10th chapter.
You and your volumes.
Yeah, and dude, it's not my fault that the book's written that way.
We're starting volume 2, chapter 3, or the 11th chapter.
Right, okay, there you go. And we're finishing the book. And its coverage today, which honestly, I was thinking about it whenever we were deciding how long the episodes could be. I was thinking we could honestly stretch it to be 3 episodes.
We could.
But
a lot of the chapters were just him being a whiny baby.
Oh man,
100%.
Well, I guess we're already getting. 100%.
But go ahead, John. Sorry,
no, it's fine.
I know you're a big.
I'm
You're a big Victor guy.
I feel
it's
like
not that I'm a Victor. I'm not a Victor guy.
he's a Victor apologist. He's a Frankenstein apologist, is what he is.
I just refuse to see the monster as the victim of this story. But
What a take.
it's just where I'm at. So, I guess we can jump right
Even
into
calls him
ours.
the monster.
The monster. What else? He didn't have a name.
The creature.
No, he's the
The
monster.
wretch.
Yeah, the demon. Spelled in the old way, Daemon.
Yeah, bring that spelling back.
That's tight.
No,
It
it's
is
the
tight. I don't know
English
why it's
spelling.
tight, but it's tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to start spelling gray with an E and
No, that's too much.
saying
That's too much.
aluminium.
Oh, there was one.
Aluminium is outrageous.
And perseverance is ridiculous because there is an R in there. They say perseverance multiple times in my listening, and it's like, that's not even how it's spelled.
Perseverance.
So, I guess that leads right into the discussion, though, of the monster and his story, because that's what the next volume is entirely about. It's just his side of the story. And we get introduced to him. And what did you guys think of that? Like, was this at all, like, I know you guys weren't really expecting some of the twists through the first part of our reading, but now, is this anything like what you maybe had imagined?
No, not really, still. Just all, I feel like mainstream tellings of, or modern telling, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
No,
but
I know what you mean.
A lot of times, Frankenstein portrayed as the monster, the big green guy with the bolt sticking out of his neck. He's just dumb, bumbling around, moaning and groaning. This dude's like, if all of a sudden sentience was thrust onto something, a full-grown man.
Yeah.
You know,
One capable
thankfully-
of thinking and reasoning.
Yeah, that's what. Thankfully, as you know, we're born as babies. We don't remember anything until we're like 4, because there's a lot going on to like adjust to your senses and stuff like that. Imagine now, all of a sudden, you just come to consciousness.
We've had
wild.
It's much more interesting than those stories.
We've had this conversation before, actually, when we've been talking about Andrew's kids, and like whenever they make like little funny movements or something like that, I think to myself, is maybe that the first time that they have experienced that specific sensation? It's like, that's kind of a weird thing, and everything he experiences is the first time he's experienced that
Exactly.
sensation, and he's fully grown, more than fully grown.
He says
Yeah.
he remembers feeling all the sensations at once, and it took him a while to even be able to differentiate between them.
Yeah.
It's like, what is sight? What is sound?
What's also interesting to think about how much language is important to grasping what you're experiencing. And he didn't have that. He was experiencing these sensations in the absence of language. And he obviously pretty quickly was able to piece things together, but at first everything was totally foreign, and he couldn't even express how he's feeling. So evidently he's done a lot of reflection too on those initial
Yeah,
days
because he
and weeks and
remembers
months.
them. He
Right.
remembers them, and
Right.
that's another thing. Like you said, we don't remember us learning our first words and how to walk, and
Yeah, and that's a kindness.
You're right.
Yeah, it's probably better that
Yeah,
way.
imagine if Wiley right now just remembered all of this 20 years from now. Like, scary.
And he'd be like, "Gosh, man, those guys."
Yeah, that's wild.
So, after he is spurned by his creator as one of his first memories, He just wanders out into the wilderness, and we kind of get the beginning of his story. He doesn't really know anything. He's almost bumbling through life, but he does know that everybody that sees him hates him, like, immediately. And that was, like I said, his first experience of being alive, seeing his creator. That guy's. He's
But it
like,
kind of,
I hate that.
it kind of seems like he's not really even sure why he's hated, because it's not till later he's his reflection or something, and he's like all tripped out by it.
As soon as he sees his reflection in a pool of water, he's like, "Oh my God!"
Well, and other people,
I am chopped.
because he realizes he doesn't look like everybody else.
Yeah.
So, but the cottage is probably the most important part of his development, right?
Yes.
So he wanders through the woods, finds something to wear, stumbles upon these cottagers, they call them, and I don't really understand how he's doing all of this observing without being seen.
Yeah, it doesn't really
'Cause
explain
he's like
that.
close enough to hear everything they're saying and like learn their words, but they never see him. Maybe he has like superhuman hearing and sight.
So the
observing
movie,
them from the woods.
I just kind of interpret it as they're really not observant at all, because he's just looking in their window the whole time.
right.
the movie shows it to be a little bit different, or at least you have
I
like
watched
a
the movie
possible-
last night.
You did watch the movie
Yep.
last night. Oh,
He's
okay.
hiding in the house.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
like a
interesting.
there's like a lean-to shelter, a walled-in lean-to that's been added to the house, and he's just kind of in there. It's basically
He's hiding
just like
like
a little
behind
shed.
the lath.
Yeah, and he can
Which is
just
also wild.
You can just peek in through little cracks in the wall.
Yeah.
And that's pretty.
I got a lot of
it's kinda
thoughts on the
freaky.
movie too, but that's a different conversation because it's a different story, really.
It is.
but
It's a totally different.
like
story.
it a lot.
Yeah, it was really, really good, but a totally different story. I think the movie, like I said, I think in the first episode, leads a lot more into the parenthood side of the story, and that's kind of the themes that I think you guys were like, or like the lens that you guys were both kind of seeing it through as you watched it. Which is whenever I first read it, that was the lens that I kind of viewed it through too. And this time it's just kind of shifted a little bit, but it's been
see
fun.
both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's staying hidden, but he also starts to really like care about these people, and they're really the only people he hasn't even interacted with them, but the only people he's kind of interacted with, and he starts to love them basically.
Yeah,
and
no, he
consider
says
them
he-
as like his, what's he call them? His protectors.
Yeah,
that's what he calls
He
them.
uses the word protectors, and he also uses the word friends before he
Benefactor.
even meets them. And then he uses the word affection.
Yeah,
All interesting.
and he starts thinking that they're providing him with so much happiness that he needs to do something for them. So he starts leaving out firewood at night and stuff like that.
And he also, I thought, was noteworthy. Before he was even like that attached to them, he acknowledged how wicked it would be to do something to hurt them, to steal food from them, or to do something that caused them any kind of harm. He knew that would be a wrong thing to do, which he's not been taught, right or wrong. His creator didn't give him a handbook whenever he sent him on his way. He just innately knew as a human experience. He was just born. He was born with the code already kind of installed in him. Now, is that like just the human code, or is that a copy of his creator's code? It's kind of hard to say. I think it might be kind of like the creature is made in Victor's image more so than.
You think?
I didn't
I
take
don't
that
know
as a
how
code.
It would be because he has had no interaction with him and he's not made from any part of him.
I didn't take it as a code at all. I took it as he's experiencing feelings, and he's putting logic to those feelings. Like, because he felt affection for them, he thought to himself, well, I want what's best for them.
Yeah.
That's not a code. That's emotions.
But he also didn't reach out to punish or harm anybody that harmed him.
I think he was scared.
I mean, that might be true. But he's not got a child's brain. He's got a fully developed brain, and he was angry. He even talked about how angry he was whenever he was attacked by others. But he didn't lash out in
Retaliate.
rage.
Yeah.
He was still in control
That's
of his
interesting.
emotions. I think, and part of that is kind of where it's like he's a moral agent. He's a freestanding moral agent, basically from creation onward. To me, in this story, and the way I see things.
Yeah. That's also the different. So people are attacking him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any like standards for himself. So he's being attacked. He's like, well, I'm just something that's attacked, right? But then he sees the family, the way they interact with each other, And so that's different than someone acting on you. You see how other people are interacting with each other. And you're like, oh, that's how you're supposed to interact with people. I think that's a little bit different.
I think he's an example of almost exclusively nurture overpowering nature. I don't know that he
learned society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's entirely
Crazy.
possible. I think that's a fair reading of it too. I think he's just. I guess we can get into the cottagers at this point because that kind of we're kind of talking around them. So it's an old man, a blind old man, and his son and daughter.
And the son's mail order bride.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit of a travel bro. He went
Kind of.
Yeah, what do they call him? Passport
bro. That's what it is. Yeah. And we won't spend too much time in their story because there is a lot that we've got to cover in this episode.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is that they are a nice, loving household. They sing and they talk all the time, and they're just affectionate with each other. And they're where the creature learns language for the first time, and he's slowly starting to pick up on it and learning how humans are supposed to interact with each other and treat each other. Sees a loving father, which he obviously didn't have, interact with his children. At one point while he's there learning, he finds a bundle of belongings that were lost in the woods, including some clothes and some books. And one of the most noteworthy books among the bundle is Paradise Lost by Milton.
Are you familiar with the other two books that he found?
I can't even remember them. No,
So I was not at all familiar.
So I thought it was interesting, and I was like, if you're going to write a character, it was developing pretty much his entire being off of 3 books. I feel like Mary Shelley would put 3 books in very intentionally, which 3. Mm-hmm. So I looked him up because obviously I'm
Good
familiar
call.
with Paradise Lost,
Yeah.
which is basically the Genesis account from Satan's perspective, or from multiple perspectives.
Right.
Then there was Plutarch's Lives, which is biographies of famous Greeks and Romans. And then the other book was called The Sorrows of Werther, which I've never read, but I looked up a synopsis. A man falls in love with a woman who's engaged to another, and he falls into a depression because of that and ends up ultimately killing himself.
What a winner.
So those are the 3 books. Those are the 3 books that he had to go off
Wow.
of to build a
Those are
Yeah,
pretty.
that's pretty rough.
Well, and it's also
just depression,
like you said to Mary
depression,
Shelley's.
Satan, and
Great men.
Greeks and Romans.
Great men. Couple great men in there.
That's wild.
To your point, though, that Mary Shelley putting those in, that really informs that character.
I thought, so do you guys know when Paradise Lost was written?
16 something.
1667. Frankenstein is older to us now than Paradise Lost was to Mary Shelley.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
it would
kind
have
of
been less than 200 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
200 years ago, Frankenstein was written.
Yeah.
But before that, it was like 150 years.
Right. That is
That's
crazy.
kind of wild. Because we think of, Paradise Lost is an ancient book almost at this point. It is older than this country.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
So he finds those books and he's teaching himself the language, and you can hear it in his language whenever he was speaking that he leans very much
It
into
sounds Shakespearean.
Yeah, he leans into that old English
Right.
that would have been in
That Milton speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Art my creator.
Yeah. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel. Is the famous quote, but it's also
It's like
it's
straight out of Paradise
Yeah.
Lost.
which you can also imagine how much that would mess you up.
Yeah.
Like, we learned the Genesis account before we knew anything about Paradise Lost. But can you imagine the other way around? Like how much that would screw you up, and how much cynicism you would then have towards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All 3 of those books is what us like. Imagine like building who you are as a person off of that.
Yeah,
Story
right.
about a dude who kills himself and Paradise Lost.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The character is all. He's been nurtured to be the way he is. I really feel firmly in that stance.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's really hard for me to judge the creature because he's never known anything but hatred
That's true.
and struggle and like I said, those 3 books.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can read about some Roman generals or something. But
The thing to me though is, it's not
yourself
like
as the
somebody
Persians.
who it's not like somebody who has like a severe like personality disorder, right? It's not like somebody who's like a schizophrenic or something like that, or like manic depressive or anything. That's like a chemical imbalance. His brain is balanced. He makes
That's a wild take.
and we don't have anything to necessarily support that if that were to be the case outside of conjecture.
no, I see what you're
He's
saying.
meant to
he
be
is still a free
he's
moral
capable,
agent, and
he's
I-
reasoning and capable and really worthy of the consequence of the atrocities that he commits to this point in the story.
I do firmly believe that each of us wake up every day and decide what kind of person
Absolutely.
we're going to be.
Of course,
Absolutely.
of course.
And I think
I'm
the
just
monster is
saying.
also responsible for that as well.
I do too. I just find it difficult to judge him harshly
I couldn't agree more.
because of you couldn't hardly imagine a worse childhood if you
No,
want to call
right?
it
Yeah.
that.
I couldn't agree more. It'd be like taking, I mean, we just not that long ago read The Ones Who Walk Away from a Melis.
Oh,
If you took
yeah.
that child and said, okay, go be great,
Yeah.
would you really expect good outcomes?
Oh
No.
man, that is such a good parallel. You take that kid and you throw him out into the world.
Yeah.
And then every time someone sees him, they throw rocks at him.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
even though now he's out in society.
Right.
He's trying to do stuff.
That kid would be heinous.
Now he's trying to be good, but he has. Wow. Yeah.
That's really, I thought about that while I was reading.
Frankenstein's
The kid would
monster.
probably kill themselves.
So how can we
Or others.
or
Or
others,
others.
exactly? So how can we really have high expectations for
Oh yeah,
the
no,
monster?
it's not that I would never say I have high expectations. I just try and be, I guess, the opposite of, because he's constantly called the devil in the story. I guess I'm the opposite of the devil's advocate in this story. Like, I'm the devil's opposer, where I'm like, oh, man, but you also chose, but you also chose to do that. Yeah, but you also chose to do that.
And I get that.
I'm not saying that there is no moral culpability for anybody else. I always a personal expression of mine is, I have a slice of blame pie. Like there's a big pie, and everybody gets a slice whenever something bad happens. Now, how big your slice is kind of varies, but like I try and look at it
rarely
from
none.
And I agree with that. I think the other thing I thought about with this book, specifically with the monster, because I think the monster is one of the most interesting characters I've read in quite some time. It's the power of labels.
right up there with Rocky, really.
Yeah, he blows Rocky out of the water. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you.
Opposite sides of the same coin.
The power of labels. So think about the terminology that he was referred to his face. You have monster, wretch, demon, fiend, I mean, and the list goes on.
Devil,
Devil, yeah.
Even creature is like the
Creatures
least.
is the nicest of
it's
the.
And it's
least
still
terror-
not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's called all these things.
He was called the spirit of the woods at one point, but not to his face. He was just referred to as the spirit of the woods by the cottagers.
And so you think about, imagine being called all those things, and when people see you, they like just, ugh.
Recoil in fear,
Yeah.
attempt to kill you.
So
Yeah, and-
he's carrying labels, and labels, a lot of times, especially in formative times, become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're the man, Jimmy.
We think about, like, especially again when you're a youth, if any of us had been called redneck or white trash or hillbilly, or if a young black kid had been called a thug or a gangster, those things carry weight.
Yeah.
And to a certain degree, if you're not careful, of course, there is still culpability and responsibility, but you can tend towards, well, if that's what I am, then that's what I am. I'm going to be it.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a big role
Yeah.
in your nurturing.
So, after some time spending next to the cottagers, he works up the courage whenever.
One more important thing.
Oh yeah.
I think it's around the same time that he finds the books in the satchel.
Mm-hmm.
He finds papers in the coat he's wearing.
That's right, because it
which
was
was Frankenstein's coat that he took.
Mm-hmm.
But the papers basically explain his creation.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has literally the blueprints
for himself.
of how he was made.
That's his
and
Bible.
He realizes, he realizes I'm not made.
I'm not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a beast.
Yeah.
I'm an experiment.
Right. So that's got to do something to you as well.
I agree.
Oh, well, I'm not a human. I'm outside the
I do what I want.
morals of humans or whatever. I don't know what he was thinking.
You could take that a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I didn't even think about
I
the
didn't either.
significance of that. Like,
If I'm not human, then why should I be held to the laws of humans?
because
the morality
we
of humans.
didn't like even regardless of what religious text you subscribe to. There's not. It's not like this is the detail of how man was created. Like it. Outside of like folktale, which come up with like crazy, like, oh, and this is why man has 10 toes. It's like,
Right.
It's the actual mechanical makeup of us was not given to us. We had to discover it over years and years and years of scientific advancement, and to be able to see all of your inner components laid bare right there in front of you in a very clinical way. That's probably crazy.
Yeah. Like, ugh.
No doubt.
I am
Yo.
gross, dude.
No doubt.
That sucks.
Well, yeah.
Why'd you do that? And that's probably part of what you would see if you were to have all of that stuff very, very clinically explained to you. You'd be like, ugh,
True.
ew, man, why'd you do
I
that?
feel exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I forgot about that part. But now with the cottagers, one day, Felix, I forget the sister's name. I just remember Felix because he mentioned multiple times afterwards.
Agatha.
Agatha, that's it.
I remember his mail order bride was Safi.
Safi. Yep.
Safi. He calls her the Arabian.
Yeah. And they all go away to a fair one day, or some like festival thing, and he's like, "All right, this is my chance. I'm gonna go talk to Paw Paw."
Yeah.
And-
Because he's blind.
Because he's
Yeah.
blind.
The old
Because
man's
he's
blind.
blind. He's
Which
like,
really is a great plan. I'm going to talk to the
I don't
blind
blame
guy
him.
because I'm so
I
hideous.
don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
And he goes in and he talks with him, and it's actually a really, really nice moment where you get
It
to
is.
see- it's so warm. It's the only love he receives in the entire story
And
is in this couple moments.
and he lays himself bare.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the festival lasted all of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They're able to have like one
I
conversation.
think he did some. I think he procrastinated quite a bit. On
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
probably what it is. That's
Yeah,
probably what it is.
That
But
anticipation was killing him.
it was really funny whenever I read it. I was like, man, how long were they gone?
Yeah, and he brings it up later too. He's like, "Man, I should have stretched it out more. Like, just introduce myself, leave, come back.
Yeah.
Like, give myself a few meetings with him. You know,
But man, that's
instead of
relatable. You're like right there on the edge of something you've been waiting for who knows how long.
You're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do it."
I just got to do it. I got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But of
but
course-
he doesn't do great.
No, well, he
Doesn't go
does.
well.
He does fine talking to the dad, and then everybody comes home, and
Well, and he, in his moment of desperation, he like grabs the old man's legs and it's like,
"No."
save me. And so they come into this monstrous looking thing.
Safi passes out. I think
Yeah.
Grabbing
Agatha
onto
runs
their dad,
away.
Their aged father. Yeah, Felix starts beating him with a
Oh, my
2x4.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up. I think Felix was a little out of line there to
Yeah,
respond.
Felix went pretty hard.
Yeah,
You
he
come
was
in
pretty
on
quick.
some
He was pretty
thing
quick.
in your 80-year-old blind dad's lap.
Yeah,
And
no,
that-
for sure.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta
was
throw hands,
That
I
was
think.
pretty tragic. And he runs away. He just is scared. But then he tries to come back after some time to try and make amends in the situation. It does not go well
They
because they're
moved.
not there. They left. They ran
He
away.
overhears Felix
immediately.
saying, "We can never step foot in this cottage again."
No.
Felix is shook.
And he
They
says
move
that his
immediately.
father's health has become critical. As
People,
well.
can I just say, the people in this book have such weak constitutions,
They are quick. They are quick to fade away.
bro.
But
The old man didn't even see him. He just heard that he was scary and then almost dies.
I will say, the people.
Get
right.
it together.
The
Especially
other,
Frankenstein.
The other
Frankenstein.
thing,
What a wimp.
the other thing though, that happens anytime somebody closely is affected by the creature. too.
Interacts with him.
Yeah, that's. And I don't
Ah,
think
that's an interesting
it's a
thought.
visual thing. I think that
It's
like,
his aura.
I think that like Frankenstein himself, everyone around this creature is doomed upon meeting him, because
Interesting.
he's just got this destructive circle around him, almost like an aura.
That's probably a more fun way to read it. because I just read it as, man, these weak Europeans, like,
Well, see, because that's the thing is he's so that's what he talks about too, like the way that they are wretched. Both of them talk about how they are wretched creatures and that everyone around them suffers. It's like, well, maybe there is something. Maybe this is something. Maybe there is. You could even read it almost as like a divine retribution for the trespass that was committed by his creation. Like, well, now you're both in a bad spot.
he's like, John, at least you're gonna get this reference. Remember in the newest Battlefront game when you play as the Emperor and you can like do the dark aura and just everybody around you just slowly dies if they're near you.
It's just like just life draining me.
Yeah.
No, it's like Darth Bane when he gets those things on him. It's like it makes you super strong, but it also drains your power constantly.
Or like
Ooh,
Darth,
that's a deep
or
cut
like,
intro.
or like Darth
Wow.
Nihilus in Knights of the Republic
Even
2,
deeper
where he's pulling life out of all of his crewmates.
Yeah.
Man, all right, you guys were not expecting all the deep Star Wars lore in this episode, but we're getting into it.
I'm here
Everything
for it.
can be drawn back to Star Wars.
Darth
Yeah.
Nihilus is meant to be like a Frankenstein
Was he?
analog.
I'm gonna have to go check out that rare books shelf when we
I
get
know. I was
finished
so curious
recording.
what that was. Here in
right.
Scuppernong they have
This is
a
my first time in here, but it's cool.
an entire shelf called Rare Books, and we haven't looked at it yet.
I see one that's Time of Drums.
But we are intrigued.
We are intrigued. So, the cottagers move away, and old critter, we'll call him the critter. It's less offensive. The critter.
The Critter, I like that. Because
Little Critter.
Little Critter was like my favorite book growing up. So.
Yeah, the critter is pretty miffed, and he starts moving through the forest, and he sees a girl drowning in the river. He jumps in there and he saves her. He's like, "All right, I got you. Don't worry, it's okay." She screams because she's scared, and the dad comes out of the woods and shoots him in the chest. And he was, if he was miffed before, he's double miffed now.
Yeah.
He says, "This was the reward for my benevolence." So just like every interaction he has is a bad one.
Yeah.
And
No
because
good deed goes unpunished.
because of that, he's like, "All right, sweet. I'm going to go kill God, specifically my God.
Yeah.
He's going to die now. I'm gonna
I
make his life
never
miserable."
claimed that the monster was hinged.
No. He's
I
pretty.
just said he's not totally responsible.
He's understandably miffed.
Thoroughly unhinged.
Not a great guy, but understandable. in a lot of
Exactly.
ways.
I guess
yourself
I
in
should
his
clarify
shoes.
what I said earlier when I said he's not the victim. He's not the only victim.
He's
of
the
the
only
story.
victim.
They're
Well,
equally
the people
victim
he
to
kills
me.
are victims.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's true. They are victims as well.
I just feel like you're saying that Victor's a victim and he's not.
Victor's not a victim.
I disagree. I disagree.
And I think we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we will get to that. We will get to that.
Victor's family is absolutely a victim.
Yeah.
But yeah, shot by her dad.
Shot by her dad. He's like, "All right, sweet. I'm gonna go torment my creator now because he has left me in squalor and anguish,
In Switzerland.
and that's all I know." Yeah. No, he's in Germany right now.
Right.
The cottage is in Germany. He's like, "I've got to go to Switzerland."
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna go find him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to his crib. Something that I thought was interesting though, as he's on his way to the Frankenstein crib, he takes moments in his journey to really appreciate the natural world around him.
He's a sophisticated guy.
He's like his dad.
Like his dad is crazy.
He's exactly like his dad. He finds solace only, like whenever he's in great turmoil, he finds solace in the natural world, looking at creation around him. And I think that's really nice. It's really sad that they could never come to an understanding because I actually think it would have been nice if Frankenstein had been a good dad. I think they would have been good.
Why didn't they come to an understanding?
Because he's really ugly and it's kind of hard to overcome that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, man, a 7-foot tall atrocity
Why
just
didn't
walks up into your
Frankenstein and
room.
the creature come to an understanding?
Yeah.
Because Frankenstein is an awful
Thank you.
narcissist
Thank you.
who never thought about what would happen after you create life.
No, that's true.
He went
That's
to
true.
bed.
And then was immediately like,
I hate that I did that.
don't like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
And then when he's gone,
They
thank
do
God
a
he's
really
gone.
good. So, like I said, the movie is not exactly a
I think
one-to-one.
the movie leans
but
more
it does a
into it.
really good job of getting the vibes across. It does the characters very well.
Mhm.
Like that is Frankenstein.
I think it does the characters very well from a certain lens because I do think
The
the
correct
movie
lens.
the movie
It
more
doesn't make
the movie
Frankenstein a good guy.
the movie more so than the book makes Frankenstein out to be like you said, a biblical narcissist.
Good.
In the book,
Correct.
the book,
The book also says
he's
that.
well loved by everybody. He's a good dude. He takes care of people.
He's well loved by his like
Family.
no everybody,
cousin wife that was
everybody-
indoctrinated from
Yeah,
2 years
who-
old
yeah,
No,
who
no, no,
also,
no, no.
his parents adopted
to
Elizabeth
marry him.
as a wife for him. Like, we're going to raise her as his wife.
Those are the people that love him.
You guys are haters. You guys are haters. The Bible does not condemn these things.
He has one friend,
No,
Clerval,
Clerval.
we don't spend a lot of time with it,
who's
but
also
everybody
just
that he
another rich
interacts with,
aristocrat.
Yeah, just some rich kid.
everybody he interacts with, outside of like the Irish country folk that we're going to get into later, like everybody
I
loves
trust
him.
them.
The Irish country folk,
My people.
The only reason the Irish folk hate him is because there's a dead body that turned up the night before.
Nah, they
We'll
didn't
get
like
into
him
that.
before.
No, they had no. They wouldn't have had any problem with it if there wasn't a dead body outside.
He
their
said
village.
they only tolerated me because I gave them bread and money.
No, that's later. That's later.
No.
That's later. And I mean, they did like him because he gave them bread and money. But he's a nice guy. He's a well liked. He's not some like. And maybe at the same time, I guess I'll give you guys this. This I will throw onto your side. It's all his own testimony. But by all accounts we have, which is just his account, nobody hates the guy except for the one thing he created.
Who does he interact with?
Yeah, and keep in mind this is him telling the story.
Yeah.
He doesn't interact
The
with
other,
anybody.
well,
Some
his professors,
family.
right? Yeah.
His professors. We're talking
They
about
liked him.
aristocratic, like Europeans in
The
the
Eng- the-
1800s.
Liking
These
other rich
dudes are
folks.
all narcissists.
The Englishman the Englishman that he interacted with whenever he was studying again, it didn't talk about them having like a super friendly relationship, but they had a perfectly capable business relationship. He didn't have any. There was no ill will. Nobody disliked him. The only person we read about disliking him is the critter.
I wonder why.
I mean, he understandably dislikes him. I'm not saying it's not understandable, but I'm not. I'm just saying Frankenstein is not some.
I think he's a horrible person.
I think he's different from the way the movie depicts him.
No.
Also, I guess, what do you think of the difference between Frankenstein's father between
that's
the movie?
that's the big difference.
That's
in
the
movie,
huge
is that
difference.
His upbringing is completely different.
Yeah.
So I think the movie makes him a little bit more sympathetic. Or are you able to sympathize with him more, even than the book?
No, I hate him a lot more in the movie. He's the bad guy of the movie. I don't think he's the bad guy. I don't think he's the bad guy of the book. I don't think he's the only bad guy of the book. I guess that leans into what I'm about. Like my main take from the book is, Frankenstein is the monster, but the monster's also the monster.
Yeah.
They're monsters. It's just a story of.
Monstrous.
And the other thing is, if they're monsters, every human's a monster sometimes.
That's a hot take.
That's true. It's just true. It's just true.
Maybe.
They're very
I can
human.
see
They're,
where you're
both of
coming
them are
from.
very human. I don't think that either of them are supremely evil.
Yeah.
So he gets back to the Frankenstein hood and
Estate.
because
Because they are extremely wealthy
and
aristocrats.
he slimes out the youngest Frankenstein. We get his testimony of
So
that.
first he is like, I'm gonna take him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting because William, he's hiding in this cave and William just happens in there while he's playing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, kid, I can take this kid and,
and
raise
I'll
him
raise him to not hate me.
to not hate me, and then I'll have a buddy.
Which
And the kid immediately is like,
I can understand his logic. Bad plan. Very bad plan. Very bad plan.
yeah.
He also got rage baited by a child into killing him. Because he kept on telling him all this nasty stuff. He's
Yeah,
like,
kid-
all right, that's
kid
it. I'm going to
forgot he
kill you.
wasn't on Xbox.
Dude, he would not have
Dude,
handled
that kid was going in.
Dude.
That kid was talking to him like,
And that means the critter could not have handled some COD
The
lobbies.
kid had the best, like, what's the word? He had like the best countenance of anyone in the book. Like,
He's like,
"You're
everybody
going to
else
eat me."
passed out when
that's
they saw him.
so true. And the kid,
like, yo,
the kid's like, bro, if you don't get your hands off of me, we're
Let's
gonna have some problems.
You are
fight.
so disgusting and contemptible.
Beast,
You
yeah.
are an ogre.
Yeah,
yeah,
You're
everybody
going
loves
to
it.
I
eat
love that
me.
you called him an ogre.
Dude, that's true. Everybody else just faints. That kid.
William
like,
was about that action.
Yeah, no, he's tight. He's tight. I
big difference
think
in the movie. And
He was the
William.
one that wanted to go to war. He was the one who was like, I want to go to war one day. That's my
Yeah.
aspiration.
Yeah, William's a Chad of the book.
He would have been a wonderful soldier.
yeah,
But yeah, kills kills William.
Yeah.
As soon as he finds out he's
Slimes
a
him out.
Frankenstein.
Just
Yes.
straight up slimes him out.
Yeah.
Because he says, I'm going to call my father such and such Frankenstein. And the
Sure,
monster's like,
Frankenstein.
oh, wow.
And then he takes the brooch
Puts it on the girl.
and puts it on the girl. Again, pretty wicked thing to do. That's pretty
No
conniving.
denying that. No
Pretty
denying that.
conniving.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm with
He's
that.
doing everything at this point to hurt Frankenstein.
Yeah.
That's his goal.
Yeah.
Because he feels himself outside of humanity.
He's covetous of Frankenstein too.
His happiness, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that he's loved by people and he
Right.
has people that he loves. He is
Yeah.
covetous of
Yeah.
that, and that's why.
Covetous. But it's like, yeah. He's like,
Becky had
if
thoughts
how do you deserve it if you can't even have the decency
to give it to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
creator.
Yeah, I really liked that it's in the last episode, I think we might have even talked about it, but he referred to it as more or less a contract. That you created me, so you have responsibilities to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And you're not fulfilling that.
So that leads into the next thing that happens. What the critter is asking for. He wants
When him and, yeah. 'cause he's
make
telling
make
this
me
guy,
make me the huzz. Grant me the huzz,
I want a
Dad.
female.
What did you
17
guys
is
think
one
of that
the-
request?
17 is the wildest, maybe the wildest chapter in the book to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, make me a woman so that I'll have someone to love me. And Frankenstein's like,
Yeah, he said, maybe that's not the worst idea.
You know what? He makes a good point.
dude, when
Maybe
he
I-
agreed, I was like, excuse me? What?
Did you think it was the right thing?
No.
Okay.
I think he should have shot the creature immediately in the head as soon as he saw it.
This guy's on your side, Nick. Do you agree?
I don't.
Either you got two options as Frankenstein: love him or end him. You can't.
Yeah,
just let
I mean,
him wander around
I
out
think
there.
I think he could have said, "My bad, bro." Like,
No, that's also an option.
let's restart this whole thing. Like, my name's Victor.
Yeah, but I'm saying
What would you like your name to be?
as Frankenstein though. Yeah, never even names him.
Dang, that's
As
such a
Frankenstein.
good question. One second.
Yeah.
What would his name? What do you think he would have chosen if he had been allowed to choose a name?
Milton.
VJ,
Was that
Victor Jr.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
think-
I don't know. Adam.
I was just curious, based on what he's basically like. Yeah, that's kind of
be
where I was
Adam.
thinking. Like, would he have named himself Adam? Would he have named himself like Lucifer or Satan? I don't know what it says in Paradise Lost. Would he have what would he have named himself based on what he has access to, the names he has access to? Felix?
Marcus. Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
Aurelius.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I think it's an interesting thought though.
I think he probably would have wanted.
Frankenstein to name him.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think at this point though,
part of his contractual responsibility.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if he'd have said, "My bad, bro. Let's try and start this whole thing over again," like that's really not possible. You've killed.
Not fully.
Yeah,
Not fully.
Frankenstein is like, man, you killed my little brother. You got one of my kind of adoptive sisters put to death, and then you just gonna come up in my crib and be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna be cool. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's cool." No, man, they're ops forever.
I understand that you can't like totally start over, but you, to a degree, you could be like, "Okay, man, like I messed up." Like
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
even certain admissions of guilt, even
And he,
may have spurned some at least conversations.
He kind of did, even with conceding to do a little bit of help. Oh, okay.
No, you're not going to come talk about the book.
Nice, but
So,
Okay.
one question for you: do you find Victor Frankenstein sympathetic or not?
have a seat.
That was Mahogany, one of the workers here.
Yeah, Olmo.
She said she's not getting on the mic, and we almost had her.
Yeah. She just got away.
Yeah.
No, I think it's interesting. He's it would have been nice to see what Victor might have named him. But yeah, I don't think I understand Victor not wanting to just to patch things up right then and there. And that definitely doesn't get easier because, so he goes about, he's like, all right, fine, I'll make this creature for you. But Victor is kind of struggling with that commitment for a little while.
Yeah, but the worst thing he could have possibly done is agree and then take it back.
Yeah. Which eventually, of
Could've
course,
just
he
said
does.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I hate Victor so much,
Yeah.
dude. It's like, stop doing the worst possible thing
Yeah.
every single time.
Every time he's faced with a decision, he makes the wrong one.
Not just the wrong one, the worst possible one. Right?
Yeah, no, I
Saying
totally
yes
agree.
was the wrong decision.
Yeah, he said, you know what?
But he said yes, and then
I will make you a wife.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
So do you
And then
feel
he
like, do you
gets-
feel like you should have made him a wife?
No, I said what I think. I think because at the start of the conversation, he said, you have contractual obligations. And I get that he was going towards, you got to make me a wife. But I really think that if he had just said, like, hey, man, let's have a real conversation.
I do think it's interesting.
Like, where would that have gone?
I think it's interesting we all agree that making the wife was a bad idea.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's,
Let's figure this out. Like,
Yeah.
he could have been like, look, man, I'm sorry. Like, let's figure this out. Like,
Right.
You can try to figure. You can either we can
Exactly.
put you a little cottage on the estate. Like, we can figure out how to assimilate you into a society at some
Yeah.
point, or you can just like live in the woods.
you want to, like, go live in New Zealand or
let's
something?
figure
Like,
something
yeah.
out.
But that's not
just
what he
be a-
wants.
There's new colonies that they're, like,
That's what he
calling
wants. He wants a
America.
woman
You'll fit
that-
in there.
Yeah, at this point, he wants a bride, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want to call it, just because he's been rejected by everybody.
Right.
He doesn't
Exactly.
want Victor's
Yes, he does.
fathership anymore.
Yes, he
makes
does.
it kind of clear he doesn't want.
No, yes, he does.
I mean, maybe he actually does, but as
think
far as
he's
his
lying
words
to
go,
himself.
Yeah.
as far as his words go, he doesn't want any society with any of mankind anymore.
Yeah.
He wants to
one
have
like
his.
him.
He wants society with one like him. I do think it's interesting. We all think that's a bad idea because, and I was thinking about it like, well, what if he had done it? You know, what
Yeah.
could have happened? And I was thinking, well, if he'd have finished making her, she probably would have hated him.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
They
I was like.
might
I was
have-
like,
well,
Well,
he
that's-
might have hated
yeah.
her, and it does talk about it.
Each other.
Was it Victor or the critter that was saying, like, this could go well, but it also could go really
It was
bad?
Victor. It was Victor
Yeah.
that said it.
He said, she might not agree.
Yeah.
She might,
She's
be
like,
upset.
he
that
might
we-
hate her
She
worse
might be
than I
worse.
do.
She might be worse than
Yeah.
he is, and
Yeah.
just
She
hate
might
all of
him,
mankind and
and
try.
then
Yeah.
what's he gonna do
Yeah,
with that rejection?
he's gonna.
That'd be like the ultimate rejection.
He's gonna go
And
scorched
also,
earth.
She might be mad that they made some agreement about her being his woman before she was even made.
Yeah, all valid.
Kind of like Elizabeth, you
Bad
know.
idea.
Kind of like Elizabeth. No, so true, so true.
They're-
That's an interesting parallel.
They're meant to parallel. They're meant to be perfect rhymes of each other throughout
Yeah.
this story.
That-
and I think that's what's
that's
so fun
interesting.
and interesting.
Because did Elizabeth have a choice in life?
No.
She even tries to, like, flex a choice. She's kind of like, "Hey, you don't have to marry me. Like, if you don't want to marry me, that's fine." He's like, "No, we're getting married, and actually, I'm
Yeah,
coming
that's-
right now, and I have a terrible secret to tell you, but I'm not telling you until after
Oh
we're
my
married."
gosh, dude. Again. What? He's like, I have something so bad.
He was like, "This is going to change the way you view me, but I'm not telling you till we're married."
So there's like a little jump between where we're at, like as far as our synopsis.
Sorry,
and
I'm
that. It's,
getting
no,
ahead.
no,
I
you're
just-
fine
I
because
couldn't help
there's
it.
really not a whole lot. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna go to England.
Well, his dad's like, let's speed this up, dude. You gonna marry this girl or not?
Yeah, and he's like,
This girl
how about
I
this?
bought
I'm gonna
for
go.
you."
I'm gonna go.
This
I've
girl
got
we
something I need.
kidnapped from paupers.
I need to go fix. I need to work on something. But then after I'm done, I'll marry her for sure. Don't worry, Dad. And he's like, all right, go take care of it then. So he leaves, go to England, and then he goes to
Scotland.
yeah, some island off of Scotland, and then he is working on
Clerval.
with Clerval. Right, that is very noteworthy. He goes with Clerval, and he comes. And he's working in this little cabin in this little island, and that's when the creature approaches him. But it's
This whole time
after
he's planning on doing it and
because
he
he's
even
working.
starts doing it.
Yeah, he's
working
starts.
on it. He's working. He's almost.
He gets
done.
almost to the end of it.
And then he He sees the creature through the window, and the
While he's
creature is.
watching.
He's the creature.
As
is,
the creature's watching,
The creature is looking through, but
as little critter himself.
he's like devilishly smiling. Is the way it's described, at least. He doesn't.
Yeah, from Victor's perspective.
From Victor's perspective,
It's right in front of her man's.
it is kind of funny to imagine that part of the story from the perspective of the critter.
Funny.
Is it?
I mean, like, funny. I mean, it's funny because
Everything he ever wanted in life is torn apart from it, like literally
I guess
torn apart.
I guess when I say funny, I mean like cosmically funny. You know, in a way that you can step back and be like, "Oh my God, that's terrible."
Yeah, it's super funny to have the person who created you almost give you everything you've ever wanted and then literally tear it apart.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
John, your takes
Just a regular
are getting worse
just,
and worse.
Just a regular Saturday Night Live episode right there.
Wow.
No, that was. It is. I mean, and even the way it's described. I mean, just from Frankenstein's perspective, but still, like, I mean, just basically. I mean, you know, it's just a patchwork of dead body parts sitting on
Calls
this
it a
table.
filthy. What's he say? A filthy process in which I was engaged.
He just rips it,
Yeah.
presumably with his hands. He just
Yeah.
totally dismembers this.
Victor needs to be in
cadaver.
prison. He needs to be behind
For what? You can't
everything.
you can't get him for crimes against humanity.
He
That's
needs
true.
to be behind bars.
You have no charge to
Although-
levy against him.
He was doing some stuff with bodies.
Yeah, yeah. No doubt he exhumed some grave sites and whatnot.
The carnal house, is what he calls
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
The freshly dead.
Yeah, that's probably.
In the movie, that's an interesting part.
the
where
movie, they
he's-
show a
he's
lot more
checking
of
the
it.
dudes out before they're like when they're in line for the gallows. He's like going up and like looking in their mouth and like checking them out. As soon as they drop, he takes them back to his lab.
wow.
What did you think of Jacob Elordi's performance as the creature in the movie? I thought he did
Pretty
a really.
good.
I thought he did a
Yeah,
really good
I
job.
liked it.
I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
They changed a whole lot of stuff up. I mean, it's almost a totally different story. So I don't want to talk too much about it because
Yeah.
I want Nick to watch it, but it is a totally different story. So he dashes the creature's hopes
In front of him.
in front of him.
After he agreed to do it.
Yeah. Still, we all agree that him making it was not the right thing to do.
Correct.
Right.
And even reneging on a bad decision is better than following through on a bad decision.
Barely.
It is.
It is. It's just.
He definitely
Man,
didn't need
that's-
to make it, but again, like the worst thing he could have done is say he was going to almost do it and then decide it's the wrong.
I think
thing
the
to do.
worst thing he could have done is say he was going to do it and then do it. I think
Well-
that would have been a worse thing to do.
The worst thing for humanity, the worst thing for the creature is what he did.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that's true. From the perspective of the creature, that was the worst thing he could have done.
He again gets biblical. The creature, he says, "Shall each man find a wife for his bosom, and each beast a mate, but I be alone?"
He loves to get biblical, and honestly, both of them do.
Yeah, because his My ABC's book was Paradise Lost. His Cat in the Hat was,
A guy killing himself over
Yeah.
spurned love.
yeah, the 300 Spartans.
So,
Very true.
So, he doesn't attack Victor that night, but he comes into his little crib there, and he says, and they have a conversation, and it ends ultimately in, "I will be with you on your wedding night."
Yeah,
A very, very threatening promise.
Yeah.
And then he just goes away. And Victor's like, "Oh,
Yeah, that's quite the threat.
that is, it is."
And
it
you
is.
and at this point you feel like he can really follow through on it.
yeah. He leaves, and then Frankenstein's just like, "Oh, that's crazy."
That's gonna
And
suck.
he's like, He said, "You know what I should do?
I should probably
married."
try to stop him.
I'm gonna have a bunch of guns on my wedding night to protect myself.
Yeah, so the creature goes into the lake, and then Frankenstein sets off after him in a rowboat. Gets shipwrecked.
Yep. Eventually lands on the coast of Ireland.
I was on the coast of Ireland.
And
And he goes, "What kind of Englishman are you?"
Oh yeah. He's like, is this the custom of English to treat their visitors this way?
Yeah.
He's like, I wouldn't know. I'm not English. I'm Irish.
Oh, you're in trouble now, boy.
Oh no. And so he lands in this little fishing village and island, and they all treat him kind of standoffish. And he's like, "What the heck? You guys are being awful rude. Didn't do anything. I just got here." And they're like, I don't know. You got to go talk to the magistrate. And the magistrate, has charges levied against him because apparently last night a man was killed just outside the village, or his body was at least found just outside the village. Mm-hmm. Which is news to Frankenstein. Obviously, he's innocent. He wasn't there until that day. But he has to go in and see the body because the magistrate saw he was moved just knowing. He was like, I know it was the creature that killed him. And he was visibly moved just thinking about the creature killing somebody and the way that he was killed, that the body was found with fingerprints around its neck. It was the same way that William died.
He knew.
And he was like, oh, and he's already guilty. He feels guilty for the death of this stranger.
As he should.
Yeah, he should. He should feel guilty. Uh-huh. He has culpability. Then he goes in and he sees the body. Were you guys surprised?
No.
You weren't surprised? Okay.
No, I saw it coming.
Okay, I was wondering. It's
Clerval.
Of course, the body of Clerval, his childhood friend.
His only friend.
We don't know that, but we know it's the main one that he gives any conversation of.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're Frankenstein telling the story later on, the only friend you're really going to talk about is the one that died in the story.
True.
It's the only one he's talked to in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And his very, very close companion. And really, at this point, all he really has, outside of his direct family, sees him dead on the table there, and is thrown into hysterics for...
State of delirium.
Yeah, for weeks.
Months. What a wuss.
He's pretty
weak.
I have to say, the only reason he does that is because he can do that. Like, if he had to, work,
yeah,
pay bills.
Exactly. That's what I mean. He's just a narcissistic, bratty aristocrat.
Yeah. Well said.
I don't want to lighten too much, the gruesome death of his best friend. That would be very, very difficult.
I'm not denying that.
Especially knowing your own culpability.
He literally said, I was near death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't remember the past 3 weeks. I'm just...
No. That's definitely an extreme reaction. That's definitely an extreme... Maybe the 1800s were very soft on the soul.
He has the fortitude of a small Victorian child.
Yeah.
Coughing baby versus atomic bomb kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, the only thing that eventually takes him out of this delirious stupor, he's nursed to health, of course, by the people of that village, but eventually, once he's in a decent state, his father has come into the village to try and basically just make sure he's okay and then take him home. And that's what happens. Eventually, he's in a good enough state. The magistrate basically does everything for Victor to prove him innocent. But I thought it was interesting that Victor felt the need to confess everything to this magistrate, tell the whole...
Finally.
Yeah, he's so overcome with guilt that he's like, I'm telling him everything.
Yeah.
And
you know what would happen if he had done that earlier? A lot would have been avoided.
They'd have probably thought he was crazy. Kind of like they do after he tells them now.
But still.
It's too unbelievable. I don't think it would help, really. Nobody's going to believe him.
But he gets acquitted.
I think
you're a crazy person.
I think
he gets acquitted, though.
I think
he gets
after
acquitted just because they can prove that he wasn't there.
I think
maybe. Yeah, you're right.
He's proven innocent. I think the only reason... I think that there's nothing that could have been done once the monster was created and spurned by Victor. The die was mostly cast. I mean, it might have shaken out a little bit differently, but it was likely going to result in tremendous suffering for both parties.
Yeah.
There's really nothing that could have been done.
I think eventually.
And I also think that's worth...
It's not a sustainable thing.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's worth noting that even that huge trespass was done largely out of ignorance of what he was actually doing. He even talks about, as soon as he did it, he was like, it was like a spirit came off of him, like he was no longer.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take any responsibility.
Right, that's what that tells me.
Well,
It wasn't me.
He
No,
runs
it's-
away.
I mean, maybe
He
that's what it
ignores
is.
He tries to make it go away by ignoring it.
I mean, I do think that there's some level of like you're consumed by this passion project that you're doing, and it's
Yeah.
not until afterwards that you're like, oh, that probably wasn't the best idea.
Yep.
That's fine, that's understandable, but his actions afterwards are not understandable.
Right. You can't just ignore it. You have to deal with the consequences of what
Right.
you did.
And that's really my biggest thing is like he never until the maybe at the very end of the book some, but he never wants to take any sort of responsibility for this.
Okay, so, and I agree. The creatures got a similar. He talks about the same thing, that he was single-mindedly obsessed with this passion. Later in the story, we're kind of jumping ahead, but it's
To be the parallel, like you said. Yeah.
100% the parallel. And what does he do once the spirit, as it were, comes off of him?
Same thing. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to kill myself. Not to say like that's like a light thing, but I mean he doesn't. It's not like he goes to make amends with the family. The family doesn't exist anymore. He's eradicated this entire family. He's like, well, I'm going to construct a funeral pyre and throw myself on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the end of the story.
There is parallels for sure.
There's parallels,
For
and I
sure.
don't think either of them is more morally upright than the other. Basically, is kind of my point in the story, because
I respect your opinion, but I don't agree.
I just don't.
Right, because one of them knew better.
I mean, the creature knew better. He saw loving families. He saw good things. He chose to be the bad guy. They're both a victim and villain of each other.
I do appreciate that you're like standing on this.
Yeah,
like
that's
you're
where I
like,
stand. That's where I mean, and part of it is
even though it's
because-
wrong, like you're like I'm standing on this.
Part of it to me is because it kind of, I mean, it's intended also to rhyme with the biblical creation account, and to me, how responsible is the Creator for the sins of their creation?
It's not a one-to-one.
I'm
no.
not saying it's a one-to-one, but the question is still, I mean, even if you assume Victor hadn't been just the worst, because he was, if he hadn't been just the worst, like,
Well, I guess we'll never know.
It would have been a lot different story if
Yeah.
he would have done everything in his power to teach him right from wrong, and then he still chose wrong. But
Yeah.
the fact that he did nothing.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. And to me, it also illustrates man's unworthiness as creator.
Absolutely.
That's kind of
Yeah.
the main thing. Is,
And that should be the key takeaway here.
Yeah, man's unworthiness as a creator.
Yeah.
Not only was the
We're not
creation
built for that.
Not only was the creation hideous, he was incapable of nurturing and guiding it.
Yeah. As the creator standpoint, he wasn't up to par.
And that's Prometheus giving fire to mankind, and them using it to destroy.
It's messing with something you don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And consequences that are beyond your ability to fix. Pandora's box. All of these things kind of rhyme.
For sure.
Forbidden knowledge.
Yeah. So he gets married.
So he goes home to get married, which is really cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So all right. So can we address this?
Yeah, of
the beast, the critter.
Yeah,
Excuse
the
me.
critter.
Let me not
Dang,
defame
man.
this
Yeah.
poor man.
Let's take it easy. Let's take it easy with the pejoratives.
The critter says, "I'll see you on your wedding night,"
Mm-hmm.
and he immediately says, "Okay, Elizabeth, let's get married,"
Well, you
knowing
know-
fully well that he can carry out this threat.
You know what stands out to me? He never one time considers that Elizabeth is the one in danger.
No, he doesn't.
He
That is
only
interesting.
ever considers that the creature is after him.
Almost like something a narcissist would do.
An extreme narcissist. He's like, he never even considers it.
Which is wild
like, "Oh,
because
man.
from the
I
start,
didn't even think about
from
that.
the start, the critter said, "I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt everything you care about."
Everything he
It's
does,
crazy.
Everything Victor does, he does from the perspective of how does this affect me?
Right.
Like a narcissist.
Right.
Maybe the biggest one of all time.
Oh no, Satan might
Maybe
be.
he read Paradise Lost at a young age.
Maybe he did. Maybe he starred in Paradise Lost
Yeah.
unknowingly.
It's,
No,
yeah.
I think that is probably the biggest camp to the Victor haters is stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, 100%.
All he thinks about
he's
is
like,
he
he's
himself.
like, this thing is coming to get me. You go ahead to the other end of the house
Right.
alone.
On the wedding night, after he made that threat.
He is. I wouldn't even deny it as a pro Victor guy. He is a very self-absorbed. Everything has to do with himself. All of his own suffering takes precedence. Everybody comes to help him when he's suffering.
Absolutely.
Admittedly, he suffers.
It's the thread through the entire book.
He suffers more than anybody else in the story, pretty
I think
much.
so. He definitely looks at it that way.
I mean, he loses everybody. The monster never
Yeah,
had
but at least
anybody.
he's still alive.
Yeah, it's also his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't help him not suffer so much.
Elizabeth even
He
gave him
suffers
a
the
way
most.
out. She said, "We don't have to get married," and he said, "No, we get married after
That's what
the
Diddy
threat."
wants. Daddy.
I just,
Not Diddy. No Diddy.
No, did
I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Hey, that's wild.
I thought that there was, I don't know, the fact that he was like, no, I'm not gonna let him stop me from making this decision because if I prolong and getting married, he's just gonna come and kill everybody anyway. I need to go ahead and confront this, and he's expecting to just duke it out with the critter, and he
Also narcissistic.
Yeah, and you know what he says
Hmm.
after Elizabeth is killed?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I still alive to be tortured so?
Right.
Is what he
Why
says.
me, bro? You created him.
I mean,
Why me?
in his
Dude, your
defense,
wife just
who
got
else can he
killed.
look at for suffering
Oh,
now? Everybody
right.
that he cares about now is dead. He's like,
He even said the
considered
phrase.
it, though.
He said the phrase at one point. I wrote this down because I was like, "There's no way." He said, "I was guiltless." What?
Why is this happening to me?
so. Oh, that actually
have I
reminds me
done?
of one of my favorite parallels too.
He said, "But I'm rich. I can't. This can't happen to me."
Whenever he was talking about the wedding, though, beforehand,
Do you know my father? Do you know who my dad is?
Do you know who I am?
talking about the wedding beforehand, he likened himself and Elizabeth to Adam and Eve. Did you notice that?
It's pretty narcissistic.
Pretty
No,
narcissistic.
Oh, man, I would no. If it's narcissistic that he did it, it's definitely narcissistic that the critter did it. He likened himself to Adam
Was his
multiple
only
times
point of
too.
reference.
Yeah,
And he actually was.
right. He actually kind of was like,
We all are. That's kind of the point.
no.
Yeah.
He was the first of his creator's creation.
Yeah, the only one of your
He
kind.
talked about the
Victor
paradisiac
was just
conditions
some-
that he hoped for with Elizabeth, and he said, "But alas, the apple was already eaten."
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good line. Whenever I read that, I was like, "Mary Shelley, man,
No, she did an
great.
excellent job.
she cooking,
Obviously.
she cooking."
She did an excellent job
Mary
with the
Shelley
story. No doubt about it.
In the kitchen for sure, in a good way, because she was cooking.
He literally says, "I'm reflecting on my misfortunes and their cause." That's
It really shouldn't take much reflection.
Mhm.
They're kind of surface level.
all. He's the cause.
It's kind of, I pretended to be God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of
And then I was
bad
mean.
stuff.
then I made Satan,
And I was mean to him.
and now he torments me. It's kind of my fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get married at the
Also-
honeymoon suite. She
Yeah.
gets killed by the creature.
Yeah. Almost like he kind of warned him would happen.
Well, he tells the magistrate everything at this point.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of hilarious. The magistrate's like, "Sounds scary."
That's pretty
Yeah,
terrifying.
he tells him, and he's like, "It's not that I don't believe you. It's just that if what you're saying is true, I don't think there's anything I can do about it."
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's
His ma-
pretty wild
the
stance to take.
magistrate is like,
But is he wrong?
it's like that's
Bro, sounds like you summoned a demon.
That's-
What do you want me to do about it?
I'm sorry, Mr. Frankenstein. What you've asked is outside the scope of my
That dude's
my
got
assignment.
a lot of like, he knows his limits.
Yeah. It's like
He's a
I
humble
don't-
guy.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you know this. The local police force is 4 guys with sticks.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
It's
know.
me and 3 of my cousins with batons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
they're
not gonna
all
be-
overweight and
You're
drink a
telling
lot.
me that
And
you brought
Made-
an 8-foot demon to our shores?
you want me to do something about it.
Maybe just
Well,
go.
what do you think we're
Yeah.
gonna do?
Maybe just get out of here.
We'll give him a
dude.
stern talking to.
We'll say,
This is Scotland.
please, sire.
Also, I guess it's definitely worth noticing or mentioning that whenever he goes back, the loss of Elizabeth was too much for his father, and his dad just
Dies.
He's already old. He was already in kind of like shaky health. I'm not gonna doubt his constitution. He was an old man. Stuff like that would be enough to send you over the edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's literally the last person Victor cares about in his life is now dead. Which,
Yep.
hot take, that would suck.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I
There's-
totally get there would be a level of like
There's some pretty immense suffering going on for the poor
Yeah.
guy.
It's no good. At this point, he's
a
like
parallel, you might say.
Yeah.
Now I have to pursue this guy.
Yep. Now we
To the
have to be
ends of the
obsessed with
earth.
each other because we have nothing else.
And it's interesting
Yeah, exactly.
that the critter wants that.
That's all he wanted.
Strings him along.
He said, "You're gonna chase me," and then he chases him
Yep.
He leaves signs for him to make sure he doesn't lose him.
all the way to the
Right.
Arctic Circle.
because he's not exactly
Well,
competent.
he says it. He says it at one point. He says, "What's he say?"
He says more or less like, "I'm gonna run just fast enough that you can't catch me."
The
But
creature says like, "You're suffering. You are going to suffer because you must pursue me, and I'm going to take you to the worst places possible."
gangster.
where the cold has no effect on me.
Yeah, where I'll be okay, but it's going to be immense suffering for you, the most possible.
Which, again, parallels the earlier parts of the monster's existence where the monster suffered and Frankenstein was chilling.
Yeah.
And the monster was pursuing Frankenstein in the sense that he was trying to be like Frankenstein
He's
and be
basically like,
happy.
How do you like it?
He don't.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. He doesn't give up in it, though. He's like, no, I'm going. He only stops whenever he's picked up by the boat and
Yeah.
going to die.
That's when we catch up to real time.
Mhm.
Like, no,
Now we're
chasing
back
him
to
across
Walton.
the ice, and I saw your boat. Here I am.
I was like, I probably could go for a bed for a little while. That would probably be good
Well, he
for
got
me.
split off. The only reason he wasn't still
Yeah.
pursuing him is
He
the
almost
sea
caught him.
ice cracked.
He almost caught him.
Yeah, almost caught him.
Kinda
And
like
sea
the
ice split,
monster-
and he got rafted off on a chunk of floating ice.
Kind of like how the monster was almost happy.
Mm-hmm.
Then nope, never mind.
True.
Everything is meant to kind of rhyme with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's all.
Frankenstein starts telling Walton, "No one has ever suffered like I have suffered." You know what else? I don't know if you guys caught this. He basically insults Walton because Walton's like, "Man, is there anything I can do to like help you? Like, I can be your friend." And Frankenstein's like, "You think you could replace what I lost?"
You think you could be Clerval?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not nice.
It's like, bro.
Wasn't a very nice thing to say. Wasn't a very nice thing to say. But he did also kind of explain like the difference between like new friends and childhood friends, and there is something irreplaceable
No,
about those
I
ones who knew you.
understand, But like,
Just say that to the man's face when he's like,
Yeah,
he
you
took
just-
you on his ship.
you could just be like, "Oh, thanks,
He
man. I
picked
really,
you up from
that
the
means a lot
Arctic."
to me."
Yeah.
He's like,
I've
"You
not got a
think
lot going.
You could replace what I've lost."
Yeah. Take
You know what? Give me that oatmeal back.
Yeah.
Get off my boat.
Get off my
look
boat.
in the mirror, Victor. You don't have a lot going for you right now.
To be fair, Victor is about to die.
Yeah. And but before he dies, like almost the last thing he says is a speech he gives to the sailors. What do you guys think of that? I thought that was pretty freaking tight. Like
It was a good speech.
those were like the last words.
It was good. Yeah, you can't say that he doesn't like. Once he had his purpose in mind, like he relentlessly pursued it. There was no thought of like turning away from what he had decided to do. And
And-
so when he sees it in those guys, like, you said you were going to the Arctic Circle, you said you were going to farthest north. There is no turning around.
This game's 4 quarters, baby.
Yeah.
You better sack up and get there.
You know, even though his purpose was awful, horrible, he still, you know,
It is a
He followed
virtue.
it to the end.
It is a virtue to be so determined, and like he talked about, and Walton talked about, like if it wasn't for the situation, like for admittedly self-inflicted derailment of his life, he could have been great. He's got the makings of a great man.
yeah, he would have been a great, like, yeah, like commander.
He's got the intelligence of it.
I mean, he's
Like
got the determination and the ability, and that's
Yeah.
really all greatness requires.
like a ship commander or something like that.
Yeah, might not have been a good man.
He could have done anything.
Although I mean, he's. It's not that he's just a nasty, wicked man.
He would have been a
Selfish.
great politician.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, there you go.
He would have been king of Switzerland or whatever. I don't know what they got.
Or what they had then,
Yeah, what they
17
had then.
something.
Something real gay and European.
Yeah, I did find it interesting that like the whole time it was all the letters were 17 blank.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was deliberate in not telling you exactly what the setting was.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like not telling you the exact means of bestowing life.
Because it is a timeless story. Now, it's obviously not perfectly timeless, but it is meant to be kind of a timeless story.
I think it holds up.
Yeah, I think
timeless.
like you couldn't imagine it in a modern setting, but it is a timeless story.
Yeah.
And then after that speech, a couple days later, Victor dies. He expires in the bed where Walton had been taking care of him. It was also worth noting the sailors heard his speech and then still decided, we're going to turn back.
Yeah.
Just so whack,
Cool
man, because
story,
that speech
bro.
was so good.
We still want to go back.
My reader did a really good job with that speech. I'm assuming your guys did a good job with it too.
Yeah, he did.
It was impassioned.
It's a good speech.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Beast speech right after is also
It
good.
is really, really good.
Yeah,
so there
'cause
would,
right after Frankenstein dies, the creature comes onto the ship to look over his remains
and
his body.
laments his
corpse.
passing.
Yeah, real immediate shift.
Mhm.
Like this whole last part of the book where he's fleeing and Frankenstein's pursuing him. The creature is obviously doing a lot of reflecting during that time,
Yeah.
and comes to the conclusion like it ain't worth it.
Now I
Yeah.
actually have nothing.
And he has a level of regret.
Yeah. I mean, he's completely remorseful of doing it. He thinks, and like kind of like he sees himself the way more like I see him at the end of the story of like, yeah, you were the villain. You chose to be the villain for a lot of this story, and that's how he feels about himself. Rather than try and do something good,
Which is something that Frankenstein never did.
he called himself the villain multiple times, confessed his sins. Then he was like, after everyone's dead, he's like, I'm going to go and kill this monster because it's my responsibility. It needs to be taken out.
He definitely like takes responsibility for the deaths that happened, but I feel like he never really takes responsibility for the way he treated the creature.
Right.
Like he never takes responsibility for bestowing this thing with life and then just acting absolutely horribly to it. Forever.
He never even
He never
considers
says like, I could have done better.
Yeah. It's never been a thought in his head like
Yeah.
maybe what if I'm nice?
Yeah.
But that's-
he's like, it's my fault that this is happening because I created him. But like he's never like, I wonder if I could have done something different. That
Yeah.
this didn't happen.
Yeah,
And that's narcissism. To understand the plight you're in is as a result of your doing, but not to even consider like
That you should.
maybe I can change.
It's
Right.
more like I was wrong to make him, not I was wrong to make him and then mistreat him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you were wrong for both of them, but still,
He's
at
like,
least
I
he
just
knows
made a little oopsie.
the
Yeah.
big.
Not my entire.
But
Yeah.
the big
way of
oopsie
thinking
was
wrong.
the making him for sure.
I agree, but that's what I'm saying. He definitely looks at it like, oh, I made a mistake, but everything else I did was fine. Like,
And he doesn't feel like it's fair.
right?
I will say,
Should I be punished for one mistake?
and we're talking about it, but I don't feel like the book hits a ton on Victor's original rejection of the creature.
No, it doesn't. And
The
that's
original what?
that's a pivotal
the
moment.
original rejection. It doesn't really like it takes like 2 seconds,
Right.
and then the creature barely talks about it. Obviously, Victor never brings it up. I think it's interesting. It doesn't seem like to me that was the thing that made the monster. In Mary Shelley's intention. It's not. I'm not saying that's not true. It's just like the way she writes it. It's not written to be the pivotal moment. What's written to be the pivotal moment is the creature getting life, and then everybody else rejecting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. But I think it is the pivotal moment.
Oh, I agree. I agree that it's more pivotal than it was even written to be.
Yeah, maybe.
And with that, after his great realization, the monster says, "All right, I'm going to build a funeral pyre, and I'm going to jump on it, and I'm going to die."
Yeah.
And that's how the story ends.
Well, and I did think it was interesting. I don't know if it speaks to the validity of how you feel about it, John, or the character of the ship captain. But the ship captain is squarely in the camp of this monster's the
Responsible.
problem here. I did think that was interesting. I don't agree with him or you, but I did think it was interesting that he was sympathetic towards Victor.
And Victor even made it a point, it was talked about, to correct parts of Walton's retelling to further flesh out what the monster had said. He made it a point to say, like, he made corrections to what I had written. He's like, to make sure that the monster side of the story was actually fully fleshed out.
He said if you're going to tell it, you might as well tell it right. Basically.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that is the end of the story. A pretty sad end. But it's the end.
Not happy for anyone.
No, yeah.
Not happy for anyone.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for suggesting this, John. This
No,
was
of
an
course, yeah.
excellent,
I'm glad-
excellent book.
Immediately
you guys
one of
enjoyed-
my favorites, I think.
Yeah, John asked me earlier, like, where do you think you can rank it? And I'm not good at that kind of thing, but I would say comfortably in the top 10.
That's what I was going to say. Definitely in the top 10 somewhere. Yeah,
Phenomenal
really enjoyed
story.
it. Are you going to read it, Jimmy? There you go. Jimmy's going to read it.
It's
Good.
phenomenal.
I recommend anybody read it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I've been telling my family, and they don't really care, but I've been telling my family, like, this is one of the most important books to me because it talks about so much in a very succinct metaphor for humanity, parenthood, like relationship with the Creator, all these things. It talks about them in a really, really digestible and interesting way.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I'll try not to think about it for about a year and then read it again and see if my thoughts are any different.
Yeah, I wonder, because you said that your thoughts kind of changed on the second reading.
Yeah. Well, I consciously adopted a different lens.
Oh,
going
you
into
tried
this.
to change.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to think about it
Interesting.
from this perspective,
More
and it was
like creator creation,
Yeah.
and parent
yeah,
relationship.
Interesting.
and it did make it really interesting to kind of see, like that question, like I asked earlier, how responsible is the Creator for the sins of their creation? And obviously,
Yeah.
there's it's not a 1-to-1, but I do think it's interesting. And
I-
you can kind of understand other people's perspective if they kind of
I do.
Yeah.
I do, because I was even going to say, on some levels, I understand that, he was trying to create life, but he didn't really like have a clear direction on what he wanted that life to look like, or to. He didn't even talk about the intelligence level that he was looking for. So, of course, it was hubris on his part, but you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Like his idea was not fully fleshed out. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he meant to do this.
It was
Obviously.
It was he had a great lofty goal in mind without any of the follow through that would
Yeah.
have made it a good thing to do.
He definitely put the cart before the horse.
It's like making dinosaurs just to make an attraction at a theme park.
Yeah, you could say.
This is a pretty obvious statement, but like he also was working with existing materials, so it's not like he was creating something. from
Yeah, he's
nothing.
not doing
Yeah.
he's not creating
He's not
life in the
God.
biblical sense.
Yeah.
He is still doing something that's impossible by modern
Absolutely.
medical
Yeah.
science, but
And life
I'm saying there's
finds a way.
There's unknown factors. You know what I mean? Like you're using these materials,
yeah.
you don't know what you get.
I'll tell you what, the movie depicts that's to be even more grotesque than the book, the way he creates life. And that's because of Guillermo del Toro and how awesome he is.
Real good.
Very, very good visual director.
Really makes you not like Frankenstein.
Yeah, he puts it right into your guys' camp of this story. I think Guillermo del
correct
Toro
camp.
probably sees it the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for recommending this, though, John.
course.
Excellent,
Absolutely.
excellent
Of
choice
course.
on your part.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's
Enjoyed it a lot.
It's a book that I'm passionate about, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. There's a couple other that are similar to this that I'm similarly passionate about that I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys like this
We
one.
Keep it going. The next episode will be an in-between episode.
Or we decide on the
We'll
books.
pick a book. Another book.
Yep.
All right.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Thank
And
you,
thanks
guys.
to Scuppernog Bookstore for letting us record it.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it.
you-
We've enjoyed being here.
I hope you guys might have enjoyed some nice ambient noises randomly throughout the story.
Yeah.
Maybe some kids.
Yeah. My kids. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.